Alright, folks, I'm back again. Read an interesting quote today, and it kind of fits with the world we're in. I believe it has merit. Don't care if you agree with me or not. Quote is, "A skilled dictator is much more beneficial to humanity than a democracy of ignorant people." Interestingly enough, America, so-called greatest country in the world, is run by a democracy of idiots. Power-hungry, money-grubbing, lying, cheating, filthy, garbage-ass whores of an ignorant group of society. Now, one problem, even with, what was that word again? Dictator. Problem with dictators is you might get one good one, followed by about 50 or 60 bad ones before you get another good one. There's plenty of examples of this across the world. Same with democracy. What it boils down to is all forms of government suck ass. No questions about it. They may start out good, like, democracy here in the States, but after a few years, and people get used to what it brings them, we eventually take advantage of it, manipulate it, destroy it, shit on it, whatever you want to call it. Humans have always made the mistake of trying to govern other humans. Humans can't govern humans. It's a proven fact. Even when we get a good one. The idiots out there run it for everybody else. Governments in general are a shitty ass idea, because the moment you try and elevate one group of people or a single person or a single family over everybody else, somebody's going to have a problem, and the people with a problem are eventually going to find others that agree with them. And then once enough of these idiots that don't agree get together, what they're going to do is they're going to cause hell every way they can. And then, depending on the idiots in charge, shit gets worse. Prime example, America right now, with our idiot in charge, Barack Obama. And this Black Lives Matter shit. Yeah, Black Lives Matter. I get that. But you can't sit there and say, this black matters, or that black matters. What about the black cop in Baton Rouge that got shot? Does his life not matter? What about these kids, these black kids getting killed in drive-bys and organized crime where people are hunting others down and then just executing their whole families? Let's see. Another example is the Middle East with ISIS. Middle East is all about violence. As what Islam preaches is violence against the infidels. Normally, they're more than content to sit there and kill each other. However, you get these extremist groups like ISIS who take it into their own hands and just go kill everybody. They're heathens, infidels, whatever you want to call them. And with America's democracy and our idiot in charge, Obama, instead of, using our military just to wipe them off the planet, what we do is we say, they're not Islamic. They're not that big of a deal. Let them do what they want. How's that worked out for Americans, for the French? What I find funny is Russia. A group that, can't stand America. And on a general principle, most Americans don't really want nothing to do with the Russians. But the Russians, under a strong-ass leader in Vladimir Putin, who, Doesn't take shit from anybody. It doesn't matter where they're from, who they are. They could be Russians, and if they don't agree with Putin, well, Putin's still going to be Putin, and Putin's going to run his country how he wants. And he bombed the fuck out of them. So, what my point is that, yeah, the quote was interesting, and it raised a valid question. The world and humans will never coexist with each other. Doesn't matter what kind of form of government you have, what kind of leaders you have. Humans are going to be humans, and we hate each other. It doesn't matter why we hate each other. It could boil down to money, status, fame, color, creed, beliefs. Humans are always going to have problems with each other. That's not going to change, because there's not going to be any kind of utopian citizenship state kind of shit. It's not going to happen. Ever. No matter how much we wish for it, no matter how we try, shit ain't going to happen. Governments come to be, they fall due to corruption, greed, and idiocy. So, for all you people who want to complain or bring up this government that, this government this, yada yada yada, all governments suck, because every form of government suppresses the people in different ways. It still happens. So, get used to being lorded over, abused, downcast, downtrodden, taken advantage of, manipulated. It ain't going to change. It doesn't matter where in the world you go. Different governments call it different things. America calls it freedom. There is no freedom, people. Freedom is just an illusion. True slavery may have ended, but that, that was just for blacks. Because now that slavery's ended, slavery as a whole in the country rose up. We're a slave to the government we endorsed. We're a slave to the money that we send and earn. We're slaves to the products we rely on every day. We're slaves to the media. So, people, get used to it. It's not going to change ever until this world ends, until all life on it ends. There's never going to be a successful government. There's never going to be a wholly pleased group of individuals under any kind of government. Food for thought, folks. Have a good one.